gotta say, this recording is a bit shite. Keeps cutting out. Let's just stop that the now. Hello there, everybody. Hello there. Welcome, one and all, back to the Fangame Bingo. It's a very special occasion tonight, as I'm sure you'll all agree. Yes, we are going to be playing the best in the Humanity Fangames, as we do every Thursday night. But of course, this is no ordinary Thursday night, because tonight is Burns Night. Yes. Now, the real question, I think, is who out there in the audience even knows what that is? And I'm pretty sure the answer will be feck oh no. What that is. That's nae bother. That's nae bother at all. We can inform as we go. So, in case you're just tuning in to Fangame Bingo, what is it all about? Well, it's not just primarily a celebration of Scottish. It is also a celebration of fans and games. If I can bring up the wee screen here. Fangames. Here we are now. The Fangames are here. Fantastic. Can you beat it? Shamal sounds bra. I can't wait to play Shamal. Check the Aboa-chan thread on Discord. I will no do that, if that's alright with you, because we're not here to talk about Aboa-chan or Discord. We are here to talk about Fangames. Now, what we're going to do tonight, if you will give me your ear for this whole period of time, is we are going to use the random page feature on the Humanity Fangames wiki. And we are going to serve up the Fangames to you. That chat looks absolute pish. I can't even read it. Short music loops. People are already coming up with conditions because they know the score. They know all about this nonsense that we're going to be partaking in the night. So, we're going to use the random page feature, which is here. I've already had a bit to drink, which sets us up amazingly for the night's proceedings, I think. I feel kind of unwell, and also the microphone is peaking a bit, which I don't like, but that's because I'd made classic mistake. Common for these streams, of course, which is fanning about with the microphone before I start. But that's fine. Now, the tradition, of course, on a Thursday is for the fan gamers in our midst to come up with some drinking conditions. So, it looks like Fairy Slash has come up with one already. Short music loops. That can happen. I can do that. Short music loops. The countdown was a mistake. Which countdown was this are you referring to? Are you referring to the television show known as Countdown on Channel 4? Because if you are, I do not agree. That was no mistake. It was a fantastic television show. Right. Let's get rid of these pink bits. Fucking load of pish. Right. Countdown is not a sufficiently descriptive condition, I'm afraid. We will need to go for something else. Like short music. I can't even feck and type it. Loop. Right. Magic. Now, never count down. I don't know what. I don't even. You're making me all confused already. Right. We've got one condition. That's a pretty poor show, if I may say so myself. We'll only get mere countdown. Okay, yous are obviously so enamoured with the news of the new Yumi Nikki game coming out that yous are no paying attention, so yous are going to have to just let me do it. That's fine, I don't have a problem with that. It's going to be recycling old yins, because I think it's time we do that anyway. And if yous aren't going to help me, then I'm happy to recycle. It's good for the environment, I think. I think it's a good thing. And also, I want to be quite careful, because if I'm no, I'm going to be fucking absolutely hammered at the end of this, and I don't actually want to be particularly. Oh God, how many feckin' times have I written the words androgynous protagonist in this list? Enough times that it is perhaps a bit overplayed, or perhaps it actually should just be enshrined as one of the permanent conditions. Again, we are fielding for these aforementioned conditions, but nobody is taking the bait. That's fine. That's absolutely fine. I think this yin is a good yin. Bad parody could almost be used to describe what's happening right now. Title has Yumi or Nikki in it. Thank you, very / you're a legend. We can do that now. Title has Yum A or Nikki in it. Fantabirosi. It's Yumi Nikki. You're talking about that feckin' thing again, and it's not appropriate for this chat, I don't think. I will only be having it. I will be banning any discussion of this new Yumi Nikki game on site from this point forward. And don't think I'm fucking kidding, because I'm not. Right, with that out of the way, it is time to crick our knee a bit. That was quite unpleasant. Good, there we go. We have our drinking conditions. We have our drink. Things couldn't be better. So let's get one of these fan games, these fantastic fan games that are going to be brilliant, going. Here we go. Cancelled. That sounds to me like you can't download it because it's been fucking canned, which is an excellent start. This game was abandoned before its first release. That's excellent. Why is this even on this fucking wiki in that case? It is not a game that we can download. Apparently it would have had unique traits in it, despite the fact you can't download it. So what the fuck is the point of listing fucking unique traits of a game that doesn't exist? Well, I think, friends, that is time for a shot if I ever heard one. Because, yes. Do you know, I've been trying this month to no drink. As I have mentioned before, in solidarity with my pals, starting off the night strong. You're absolutely right there. Armnessi 6 9. You're absolutely right. I can't do much about that. We're just going to have to roll with it. Mars, howdy. Welcome to our fantastic celebration evening. Welcome. I hope you will be joining me in a toast to a game called /32. Here we go. Cheers to you, fucking Chicky Man Pow. You fucking walloper. Right. That's a poor start to our evening. Let's go for another one. That is an excellent name for a video game, if I ever saw one. The game's name, apparently, a wee beep, just to keep us ticking over, a wee pure mad mental beep. This game is apparently called -1 minus issue minus bracket -1, a whole bunch of other shite. I'm guessing that's the translation. Looks like it's got a fucking demon in it. You're new to these streams and I came in at a lovely time. You did indeed. We haven't even got a game running yet. You couldn't have came in at a more wonderful time. But you can enjoy the warm companionship of our friends here. We got Ellie, Mars, Fairy Slash, all the gang are here, and they are here to provide you with excellent companionship. Whereas I'm here to provide you with shite patter and general, just dire commentary about everything. We're going to get this downloaded, we're going to play it. Did we? I'm not sure that we did, but I will check just in case you are correct. I didn't recognise the name. You are indeed correct. We have played this game. This is not off to a flying start. Let's just press on regardless. This also sounds familiar. If this is a game we've already played, it is. Wow, it's seeming to me like we may have raked through this. Good, a game we haven't played. Thank fuck for that. Right. This looks excellent already. I can see that. I can see that we're going to get blue cape, bunny, rainbow cape. Excellent. Tumblr. Okay, great. So, the usual process, as you'll no doubt be familiar with, because these are all seasoned fan gamers at this point, is I will get this downloaded and we will give it a shot. And then hopefully it will give me a shot and all. That sounds like an excellent idea to me. So I will be right back with the video game. Please stand by and talk amongst yourselves. Now, wasn't that just smashing? Absolutely fantastic bagpiping there. Straight from the streets of Edinburgh. I think that on the subject of the new Yimmy Nicky video game, it's very observant what our good colleague, another footballer, said, that it looks like some kind of pish Gmod add-on. But of course, I'm trying to keep my thoughts on this a wee bit close to my chest, because I want it to come out and I want to be neutral about it. If I start talking pish about it now, then everyone will think that I'm just a cynical old fanny. And you know, they may be right. They may be right. You know, I do come across as a wee bit jaded sometimes when it comes to this particular subject. But, you know, maybe that's no a bad thing. So, I have no idea if this game's going to work. I'm also a wee bit concerned that my mic keeps going from very quiet to very loud. I think that may be on account of the rolling R's, but there's no much I can do about that, is there? So, let's see what this does. That sound effect is not an original sound effect. In fact, I recognise it all too well. Let's just mute that for the moment because it sounds pish. Now, what are we going to be looking at now? We are going to be talking about this game here, which is called Kross. Kross is a Yumi Nikki fan game made by Torchik, starring a girl named this set of characters here. Apparently, this character is asleep for the start, and there are more hidden worlds than the ones connected to the Nexus. Some texts will call her... I don't know if it's correct to say that as meme or meme, depending on the context, because in this context it is being used as a nickname and no as a reference to running internet humour. So I think that this would be pronounced as meme. But I will leave that as a discussion for the audience to have. I don't know what's going on with the chat. Folk are talking about things. Kikiyama didn't respond to my email. Well, that's fine. He's never responded to any of mine. But that's probably because they are quite explicit. So, we've downloaded the game. Now, you might be wondering, what does it look like? It looks a bit like this. This is Kross, but judging by its name and its incredible sound palette, it may be on a course to make me cross. Holy shit. What fucking load of pish are we looking at here? This is a mess if I ever saw one. Look at this. This is very, very peculiar looking. There's what looks like a skeleton down there. Apparently, we can't go out the door. Apparently, we're already dreaming. This is got to be one of the most horrendous art styles I think I've seen in terms of chaotic, crazy, mental. What? We have a K ability. Oh, fucking. So, apparently we're going to be encountering dialogue in this video game. I'm just going to quickly remember what I made as these drinking conditions, because that could be quite important in a minute. So So far, we are fine. No alcohol coming our way. Now, I hope that since it is, of course, there is a black character there. We can't see him because he's on a black background. I probably could have worded that a little bit more. He is a tiny black man. There's no getting around that, folks. It's a tiny black man. I've just noticed as well that most of the decorations in this particular world also appear to be face characters, somewhere between a plant and a Pokemon. I'm not even sure what our wee character is wearing herself. I'm assuming it's a she, because that to me suggests elle femme, a wee lassie, if you will. But I could be wrong. I have been known to get things wrong on occasion. It's funny when he moves down to the bottom there, because it almost looks like he's an effect. For some reason the chat doesn't want to keep updated. That's fine. My fucking god, is that more discussions about this feckin' Yumi Nikki game that I'm seeing in the fucking chat? Because if it feckin' well is, somebody's getting a bollocking. I'm no joking. Someone will be getting chipped. Like, we are doing something a bit more original here, folks. We do not need to be talking about what the fuck is up with the collision detection around here. Why the fuck can we not move up that white line? This does not make a huge amount of sense to me. I have to say, it seems to be a bit broken. Why can we not move up there? Why is there no music? Why is there no, well, anything? This has got to be. I didn't actually think that there was a way that this game could have worse artwork than it did. And what do you know? The game has pulled out all the stops and has disappointed me even further than I thought was possible. That's a fucking achievement. Well done. Buy an ice cream. I would fucking love an ice cream, hen. Give me it. We didn't have enough money. Bollocks. We can't get an ice cream. I'm sorry. It's not like there's ice creams just lying about all over the floor in this fucking sponge-floored realm. But we can't have them. We have to buy it from that fucking bin at the shop. And she doesn't give us it because we haven't got any feckin' money. We've got a black skull. A black skull. Awful collision detection is in the drinking list. Well pointed out, Fairy Slash. That is a feckin' shot, if I ever heard one. My keyboard is messed up. Stop fudge. What do you mean? What do you mean, stop fudge? Are you suggesting that somebody could actually stop me on this internet? They couldn't. That sounds pretty braw, if I dare say so myself. Ellie has pointed out something very observant, that the skull is not black. It is actually quite clearly a white skull. Again, I worry that we are getting a wee bit close to perhaps sensitive language here that is likely to get me banned from the Twitch. Although, considering I've now had furry porn and a fucking vagina on the stream, I haven't got banned yet. I personally am feeling pretty brave. I think we can talk about just about anything on this stream. Listen here, that cunt Zuckerberg is not watching this, right? He's not going to catch us. The owner of Twitch is not going to catch us. I'm no drinking the shot. The shot, by the way, just keeping it clear in case you were in any doubt what would possibly be getting drunk on an evening like this. There's such a celebratory evening as Burns Night is, of course, whiskey. The same whiskey we've been drinking for the last 3 weeks, actually. So, cheers to that. I cosplayed as a Team Skull grunt once, Kick. That's a fantastic wee tale you've weaved for us there. Thanks for sharing. I do know that Dame and some other people can, some other fans who have hung around on the Discord have posted pictures of their various cosplays over the years. And they are fantastic, showing that most of you are far more talented and at least attractive than your old pal here. Doing these streams is the only thing that keeps me in any way connected to reality, because otherwise I'm just so feckin' ugly that nobody would even bother, much like a hunchback or perhaps some kind of unwanted shoe. I think we can upgrade the chat now. Not that. That's the wrong fucking thing. That's still the wrong fucking thing. Why is that not happening? You didn't put the class on the right element, you walloper. That's why. You fucking shithead. You fucking, there you go. Load of shite. Right, go. Here we go. We're in this fucking ice cream plane again. We have had explained to us that we can't get an ice cream because we are poor. We have nae money, nae real prospects, much like most of the Scottish people. Not unless they are willing to haul their wee arses out of their hovels and into the urban population centres, which is like selling your soul to the devil. It's pretty much the plot to 2017's hit title Cuphead, as I'm sure I don't have to explain. This is fucking complete arse, if I'm honest. I think we should just go to bed. I'm a bit confused about what's happening. To equip skulls, press N. Open the music player in the menu to choose what song you want to be played. We apparently have a music thing. Look at this. Here we go. These are... I gotta put this song on, guys. You may not know this, but I have a soft spot for my Vocaloid. Let's do it. This is a next level experience. I sure hope this song isn't copyrighted, because if it is, it may give us problems. It's say cold. Chilly chankin', you might even say. This song is a wee bit pish, actually. I can't say that I am happy with my decisions. This song actually is pretty crap. I kind of hate it. I actually hate it so much that we're gonna put on a different song. I can't even listen to it. It's awful. Let's listen to it. This is an original song that's really good. I really like this song. The author obviously put a lot of work into this particular song. Thankfully, it's actually a good piece of music, so we will keep it on. I'm sure, of course, they are completely able to use this original piece of music in their video game. That's a sound if I ever heard one. I want to equip a skull. How do you feel about that, eh? Fucking video game. Let's get... Oh, look at this. Here we go. Slot H. We have a skull. We can now shoot a We can now shoot a pure magic skull out of our character. I don't know why somebody would want to do that, but we got a feckin' bit of gold. That's probably the happiest thing that's ever happened to me. Fantabidozy. Let's see if we can't get... this music is a wee bit distracting. Let's maybe put on... That's the same song again. Here we go. Oh my god. That's the same song. That seems completely fitting with what we're seeing. Oh my good fucking god. I'm glad that the author has chosen... Okay, do you know what, actually? I think I prefer having just the silence for now. I hope you will understand my decision here, kids, but this music is... The audio quality of what? Of the music or of me? Do you mean me? Oniko, are you talking about my audio quality? Because as you may understand, I am eternally... Let's kill the wee black man. There we go. I don't know what that dialogue means, but we did it. Let's navigate our way through these these bean sprouts and get in and get our ice cream. I think if we can get this ice cream bought, then we will be doing quite well for ourselves. Here we go. Buy an ice cream. That is an unusual sound for an ice cream to make. I'm not sure that a normal sort of ice cream would make a sound like that. I got a level. Music is so bad. You just go silent. Yeah, I can't be bothered with that music. It was a wee bit intense, if I'm honest. I couldn't really concentrate because the music was just too good. It was absolutely smashing. We've had a wee bit of murder. It's time for some ice cream. That's the way I like to end all my murders, actually. With a wee dab of ice cream. A wee 99. This dream world doesn't seem that diverse. I can't say there's a lot in here which is drawing my attention. This is at least slightly different. We can kill the enemies. I'm struggling a bit to see exactly the dreamy qualities of this game. I know that the game claims that it is a dream, but I'm not sure that's actually enough for a game to be considered a Yumi Nikki fan game. Please kill me. Ignore. Okay, please kill me. Don't kill her. She says, I will nae. But why? Didn't you see me? I'm such an awful being. I'm not even pretty. Just kill me already. Meme. We were having a wee bit of an intellectual discussion earlier on, if you will pursue this a little bit further with me, that this says meme or meme or meme. Depending on the context, it would possibly be incorporated into the internet running gag pronunciation of meme. I can't be bothered, to be honest. This is all pish. You want me to kill myself? Well, there was a condition that was on here right at the start, Hen, that would have sorted you right out, which was Microsoft Edgy. I'm drinking a tea and all. She leaned towards the girl, hugging her slowly. You know, you can't just do that with strangers. You can't just give them a hug. If you do that, you may find yourself getting arrested. This game is bad. Fudge should try talking like the conductor from Hat in Time. I don't even know what hat it is you're referring to. We do have some skulls though. That's pretty good. Meme's arms could not feel her warmth. Maybe it's because it's a wee bit cold outside. You daft hen. You daft mare. She could only assert her doubts. The girl in front of her was death since the very. That sentence is poor in very, very many ways. Bloody tears falling non-stop from the ghost eyes as she noticed the truth. To say such rude things about yourself. There is an unusual sound, but for some reason it's no snowing. We got a green skull. I can't say that this game is really doing a lot. Okay, we'll come back to the Nexus. I think I've probably seen about as much of this game as I've really wanted to see. Oh, well, you know, maybe I shouldn't have leaped to a conclusion, because this is just fucking beautiful, isn't it? Something about this game is actually making me feel a wee bit nauseous. My Immortal, the Fangame. I didn't know what that means either, I have to say. ... How do you feel about sprinting? We can indeed sprint. That's excellent. I think I've seen enough of this game. Let's perhaps put on some music and just see if it redeems this title in any way. We already listened to that, Ian. What about this, Ian? This seems like an appropriate theme to end this video game. I don't know, I can't even make out what that is. It looks a wee bit like a claymore mine with a tongue coming out of it. I have closed the game down because I do not really feel like I have a lot more to glean from that title. I feel like we have seen everything that the author wanted to show us. That was a game called Kross. It did not make me as cross as I would have thought it might have. It obviously wasn't trying hard enough. It's a box with a face. Well, you know, Ellie, I've heard that description levelled against members of our community as well. I think it's a wee bit inappropriate and discriminatory towards box faces. Now, if you will indulge me for a moment, I'd like to tell the visiting guests what we are doing here tonight. What we are doing here tonight is we are playing random fan games on the Yumi Nikki Fangames wiki using the random page feature. Depending on what comes out of that, we may have to take a wee dram of alcohol judging by the conditions at the top right of the screen. So, without any further ado, we're going to go to a random page. Apparently, something called awaits. It obviously is a good game that is awaiting. It's a game for the Dream Diary Jam. That's fab. Can you wait? We've had such great success with these Dream Diary Jam games. I can only imagine this one will be as excellent as most of the other ones have been. I can't wait. I hope yous are excited. I hope yous are as excited as I am about this. It's just a box. You're right, but who cares about that? Who cares if it's just a box? I believe that someone was just saying that a box with a face is actually their partner in marriage. It was Aurelie actually was saying that. That's nothing to be ashamed of. If you want to marry a boxer, you can do that in 2018, but only in 2018. There's a box within a face for an effect. That was the wrong way round. I don't really give a fucking shit at this point. We're going to get this game downloaded. It's going to be brilliant. I'm sure you will agree with me once we get it downloaded. Game jam condition is probably a good one, although it doesn't really count as a trope, if I'm honest. The whole point is they're supposed to be tropes, but it is a good idea. Anyway, my wee lads and lassies, it's time to get the game downloaded. So I will be putting the screen up and downloading this and getting it set up. I will return momentarily. I'm going to stop that one there because it sounds a wee bit peculiar, if I'm honest. I was expecting to be something a wee bit sort of jivey. That's better. That sound there isn't a bagpipe. It is the sound of Await's 10H, which is convenient because that bagpipe sang had just run it. So we're going to have to proceed on with this beautiful piece of music to just sustain us for a wee while. So that's absolutely fine though. What are we doing here? This game is called Await's semicolon 10H. Prequel to upcoming Yuminiki fan game Hikinsha. Follows the story of a young boy named Yarishi, who's having a hard time with many familiar problems, but that's about to change as unknown forces lurk around his house and his dreams watching him constantly. It sounds fantastic. I like the screenshots in particular. That character looks completely out of place on that screenshot. But that's fine. We can't judge it too hard because we haven't even played it yet. So here we go. It's another game that is apparently in RPG Maker, which is handy because I don't need to fucking fanny about with anything. I almost like this saltire down here. It looks very nice. It's obviously not what it is because it's a very pink colour, but it almost looks like it could be. Some very dramatic piano playing. We have been abandoned in this wee room here. Apparently, it's locked. Nae bother. Nae bother, pal. Come on, we'll get you out of this mess that you've gotten yourself into. Here's a sassy lassie. What you got to say here, hen? She'll be fine. She looks pretty fine, if I'm honest. She seems to be undulating a wee bit. That's natural though. Lassies are known to do that. That door is absolutely tiny. Compared to our massive head, that door looks like it couldn't even fit our left foot. I see. It's locked, I see. Okay. Apparently there was a door opening and closing here. Rip liver. It's also locked. Fab. An Umbreon. It may have been a Pokemon. The music has stopped. That's alright though, because it was a bit shite. What is this here? It's a note apparently. Interact with the Z key. I've been mashing the space button and it seems fine. Collect 8 seeds. Save on the digital clock. You didn't need to tell me that. I know how to save. I know all about digital clocks, mate. I was fucking building them for ages, so I was fucking brilliant at it. Interact with the bed to sleep. I can do that. I can't even read that. What does that say? Don't forget. Don't forget. It says don't forget. The note ends here. Okay, great. You need to get you a pair of glasses, you fanny. Because you can't even read that tiny wee text. Everything will be alright. I'm fine without saving, actually. It's a nice wee animation. We need to interact with the bed. You're right. We do apparently need to interact with the bed and get a bunch of numbers chucked at us. I feel like there was some more to the waking world that we didn't actually get a chance to have a wee look at there. But that's fine. Oh. This is the very spooky world where we're being chased by just things. This is a wee bit flurry, I've got to say. I like how the background has a very visible seam in it. It's nice. I like how the music also has a very audible seam in it. I believe we may have found ourselves a wee shot. We found a seed. Our protagonist is a pretty good lad when it comes to taking seeds. He's like the seedster. I'm really not a fan of this music. I'm gonna get the shot queued up once we're out of this flurry realm because it's kind of loud and kind of not really something that I want to spend too much time looking at. I'd also love to have some kind of a route out of here. It doesn't seem like the game is willing to provide us with this though, so we may need to make alternative arrangements, including this one. That's fine though. The music has stopped. We're gonna get a music. We're gonna get a music shot. A wee shot of music. Pure is here. I'm assuming Pure is here because he has completed his music for the week. Pure can hopefully explain why he hasn't, if he hasn't yet. I'm saying this from my privileged position of having not only having done that, but having pretty much not done anything productive over the last 3 days at all. So that's absolutely fine. Cheers to yous, big ears. It seems a wee bit sacrilegious to be just shooting this down rather than actually enjoying it a wee bit. Ellie has been saying that feeling when you move into a new house and some spirit with a lot of arms wakes you the fuck up. I didn't know what you're referring to there. Pure, have you used any of the samples from that fantastic dub siren thing that I linked you to the other day? I see a bit of a common theme in these worlds, and I don't just mean the art style. It is now also seeming quite apparent to me that this character has something wrong with his legs, because when he's moving away from the camera, it looks very peculiar indeed. Here's the red box man. Come here, red box man. Come here. Come here. Stop that. Come on, fanny boys, stop that. Come here. I said, fucking, you wee fanny, come here. Ah! Forget it. He's no worth our time. There's more of them. These fucking red cola cubes. He's doing the stanky lag. I didn't even know what that means. We can't go in there, possibly because we're no a box. We're no YouTube sensation boxy. We can't go in there either. Let's get this shape shift. That's a fan-tabby dozy effect if I ever heard one. We have turned into a box. Is that Meat Boy? I wouldn't know about that. I would have thought that meant we could go in there. That would be foolish of me to think that. These effects look pretty minimalistic, I gotta say. Boxman, does that mean, Ellie, that you will marry us? Apparently now we can go in this world. If we transmutate into the wee sphere, we can go in here. This sphere looks pretty ridiculous, I gotta say. Reminds me of a game that was on the Mega Drive. Oh, was it the SNES or the Mega Drive? And you played as this stupid ball and you just bounced about like Egypt. Yeah, I can't even mind what it was called though. I'm not sure from that nebulous description if anyone else will be able to identify the title that I'm thinking of. I think we finished the game. Well done, us. Apparently not. Apparently though, that was enough for us to wake up. Apparently that was enough dreaming. But I'm not quite done yet. I reckon this game's probably got some fantastic functionality in it. There's 2 seeds just lying right on the floor here. We can't pick them up though, because I guess those are ones that we've already picked up. Wow, that is a loud fucking sound there. Blue Kirby. A pure blue Kirby. There's a bottle. We took a shot, actually. I haven't updated the thing. I could do that now. Short music loop. We got that. Aye, we did. This music's pretty pish. Can you lie? Can you lie? I wish we could sprint or something. Maybe some kind of speed effect would be pretty bra. Here's another big bottle. It's a good weapon, that. Weapon of choice, actually, for many. It's nice that you can see the protagonist through the bottle. Here is a chalice. we got an effect called drunkard. That could be an apt description of the streamer and effect. You feel dizzying and your surroundings look weirder. Let's do it. Oh Jesus. Oh Jesus. What the fucking hell is going on? This is pretty intense here. This is like that time I took the two Eckies down at the tea in the park. Yes, I'm not in the game. I believe this is actually a work of someone who's doing a biography of my life. This effect is pretty disorienting. I can't say that I'm a massive fan of this. We found a wee dark patch in the blood. Usually if you found that in the real life, it would be indicative of some kind of malignant growth. This is exactly what the world looks like when you're done with the stream, right? It does actually look like that right now. It's difficult to see where the game stops and where the real life begins at this point. But what can you do? You just activated my repressed knit stories memories. Well, that's not necessarily the worst thing in the world, is it? I mean, do you have particularly traumatizing? I don't even know if taking that effect off was the correct idea, because the background that we're looking at now seems to be pulsing in and out of the screen, and it looks pretty feckin' stupid, if I'm honest. Your character should eventually pass out. Are you talking about me, or are you talking about this dude in the video game? It seems like we could backtrack all the way. I'm not doing that because I can't be fucking arsed. We're gonna fucking wake up and we're gonna try and do something else. Oh, I think we've now seen all of the primary worlds in this dream. However, we've only got 3 seeds out of a possible 8. There's another world. How do we get to it? You cannot get to it. That's feckin'. Bro, pure beauty, if I dare say so myself. I can only add actually that I am pretty tired. Of course, one thing that I should have mentioned at the start is if any of you lovely fan gamers, fanboys or fan girls, you can bring poetry to the conversation tonight. If you have poetry, you can read it out on the air. I will totally encourage that behaviour. Perhaps. Or perhaps I will not actually. Perhaps we can just sit and just would imagine poetry. Or perhaps we'll just have a wee communal reading or something. That sounds like a reasonable approach to me. I can't read what that says at the bottom. It looks like it says Miss Her. Miss Her. I guess that's a question directed at you, the viewer, of course. Because I can say with complete sincerity that I do not miss her. Do I miss my wee baby? No. That's a maggot. Nice. That error message totally had me fooled, since Windows looks like that nowadays. Yes. I didn't realise this Fangame was from the Windows 3.1 era. Well, My ex-wife still misses me. That's a real sad story. I think I've probably played about enough of this fan game to sate all of our fan game needs. So let's just close that down. I could tell you that that was a fan game jam thing right off the bat because it was probably better than the previous game, but it was still a wee bit pish. So that was that. That was awaits 10 H colon semicolon. I should have said. I got it wrong. I'm very sorry. The proper way to do exposition, take note, budding writers. I didn't know what you are talking about, but it sounds kind of stupid. Also, the chat is kind of obscured by the browser window. That's unfortunate. I have sorted it. Now, in case you are just tuning in and you're wondering what's going on in this particular part of the world, we are playing random fan games on the Yumi Nikki Fangames wiki. Depending on what the fan games contain, depends on our blood alcohol level. I made that sound almost as if the games were directly correlated to our blood alcohol level, as if by drinking more alcohol, the games would become somehow more better. That's no the case. It's the other way around. The games probably will not get better, but our blood alcohol level may very well get better. If by better, we mean saturated, and by saturated, we mean liver disease. Now, let's get these games going. Berry Slash says, what does pesh mean? I can't tell you what pesh means. I do not use that word frequently in conversation. What is pesh? Is that like pez? But perhaps said by somebody who can't pronounce Z. I didn't get Uboa on the stream. I tried it for a very, very, very long time, and eventually I gave up because it was immensely feckin' frustrating. I think the problem was I was doing it too quickly when I was triggering the light switch thing. I should have been a wee bit more patient. I wasn't, and that was my mistake. I wasted everybody's time, and I'm very sorry. I'm done being sorry. Let's play a random game. Wow. Coma. Our character is called Dave. Apparently Dave is a girl. It seems to me like there's two characters here. One of them vaguely looks like it could be a boy, and one looks like it could be a wee lassie. The sprite looks completely undetermined in terms, oh, look at this. Transgender, that explains everything. Androgynous protagonist, I believe, has just sailed straight into the port and we can get a drink. Dave Strider, I didn't know what that is. I don't even know who cave comedian Dave Thompson is, or which cave he happens to be in at this point in time. I like these descriptions as well. I hope you will also enjoy them. Her appearance can change, but she mostly has short purple tinted black hair. I can't see any purple on this hair, if I'm honest. Brown boots, that's a good observation to have about your character. The colour of the boots, of course, you wouldn't fill in the personality or the past because these things do not exist. However, you can indeed tell us that the character has brown boots. This particular boot looks a wee bit like a phallus, but that's nae bother. He wants to draw boot willies, that's his prerogative. I also noticed that when I moved my mouse over this sprite image here, it says quite clearly in the URL string, Dave's new sprite by Gore Lolly. That's fantastic. I'm hoping that is not going to be a reflection of the game, because if I didn't get banned for the furry porn and I didn't get banned for the vagina, I very well might get banned for that. That sounds like I would be courting disaster just a wee bit too closely. Wearing pants does not equal male. Yes, I know the fact that their body isn't looking as a male or clothing neither. The developer's too tired to keep animating pants. This is already sounding pretty silly, if I'm honest. Let's just have a look at the game itself. a non-traditional platform Yume Nikki game made by Cheesecake. She's cute though. It's a trap. Obviously, everyone here is getting excited about the prospect of a transgender protagonist in our fan game. Or perhaps it is just the boots that yous are enjoying. I don't know. I don't even care, if I'm honest. Failing. I don't like that. People are saying this game is broken. That's good. Well. I'm going to get this downloaded and we're going to see if it's any good. Hopes are high. Everyone seems to be getting excited, especially once the word trap got peddled out into the chat. Everyone's attention was drawn to the stream from their browser tabs that they had up. So here we go. I'm going to get this downloaded and I will try and placate you all with some beautiful music. I would get excited about a trap protagonist. That's very nice of you to confess that to the world, Dr. Rod. You will forever be tarred with that statement. That almost went a wee bit Irish there. That wasn't exactly the intent. So, game, download, play. I will be back shortly. So we seem to have ran into a wee bit of a problem here. This game, oh well, I tell you what, there's a couple of problems here actually. We can talk about them on the stream because this game seems to be taking quite a long time to download. Also, left unabridged, you guys seem to be having a very deep and intellectual discussion leading on from my ending statement. I would prefer that we curtail that and get it back onto more important things. Perhaps you would like to look at this. Are you eating the wrong foods for your body type? I think we should take the quiz, definitely. This quiz will apparently teach us your metabolic fat loss type and what it means. Your number one issue with fat loss and how to fix it. A customized program synced to your body by me, Dr. Gorilla. That's pretty good. I am looking at the chat and folk are talking about if traps are gay. And that's obviously, it's pretty gay if a dude likes a trap. It's pretty straight if a trap likes a girl. Dolly Love is cutting it to the core of the issue. I'm not going to comment on the statement that was just made there. I will leave it to just hang in the air as a matter of discussion. If you feel like discussing such a subject matter in depth, you could always take it to our wonderful Discord. I will put the link in the description of the thing here now. Discord, there it is. I think that's the right one. It is indeed. Quality time on Fudge streams. My personal observation would be that you should like whatever you like, and you should dislike whatever you dislike, and you should just be fucking happy with yourself. And if you are so hell-bent on justifying it in some means of validation to your peers, you're probably looking at the wrong thing in the first place. That is my wisdom for Burns Night. Is Tommy a trap? No, I don't even know who Tommy is. Do you mean Tommy Vercetti from the game Grand Theft Auto Vice City? Let's have a look at... Is Tommy Vercetti? I think it is Tommy Vercetti. Yes, there he is. Let's get a picture of him that doesn't have a pair of tits in it. There he is. Tommy Vercetti. My boy. You there. There he is. There he is. Tommy Vercetti. What a guy. What a guy. Fudge is the truest sage. I fucking hate myself. Yeah, who cares? Give us the scoop on the fudge. I don't really want to click on that thing because I think it would be wrong. Am I? Do you mean me, Aiden? Because I definitely think that I am. Definitely 120%. Can be whatever you want, especially if it involves. Wow, look at these pictures here. Can you guys see these pictures? I've minimized the stream window so I can't actually see it. Colin Farrell, Chris Evans, Khloe Kardashian, Thor. They've added that this is Thor here as well. Tommy from Junji. I didn't know what he's on about. Yous have completely lost me. But that's nae bother. Oh, look at this. £120 current weight. Wow, is that how much that laptop weighs? Because if that is, you probably want to get a new laptop. You can get laptops that weigh as much as half of a feather in 2018. They're so portable, you don't even need to carry them. They just float along behind you. It's brilliant. You can't believe it. Kenny. Oh my god. I remember you. You're that fucking fat guy. The guy with the big glob of fat. You, look at this and he's got a fucking big hog of meat on his desk. What kind of fucking mental shit is this? Look at this. Look at this. He's got a fucking cup in the background there. It's got a picture of an unknown individual on it. And he's got something else here. It could be a collectible card of some kind. Look at this. Look at this here. He's got mountains of vitamins. But that's not getting away from this massive chunk of either gold, amber, or fat that he just happens to be stroking in a sexual manner. Why am I looking at this quiz? You shouldn't be doing this. The internet is fat shaming you. I don't know what years they're on about. The game's downloaded. I feel like I've stalled yous enough for me to get this set up. So I'm going to do that now. Just talk amongst yourselves. We can keep talking about any old subject. We've had to download an older version of this game because the author apparently deleted the version that was newer. So we may run into problems here. There's a readme. That's pretty good. I'd do like a good readme. It's right out of the id Games archives. Oh, this looks... right, here we go. Pardon me. Here we go. Coma. We pure mad mental. Coma. Yes. Coma doesn't apparently want to record using that particular setting. That's a wee bit of a shame. Let's just remove Coma from the list there and instead use the alternative capturing method that we have. Here we go. Perfect. That looks about as special as I thought it might. There we go. Coma. You're too small though. You need to get really big. There we go. Coma is a massive. Coma. Massive Coma. Oh god. Oh no. Oh, fuck. Okay. Here we go. Coma's back. We're ready for Coma. This menu animation is really something to laugh about. Let's eat fudge. I didn't know if I'm into that. Perhaps a wee bit explicit for this time. How does this menu work? I would very much like to use the new game option. Let's do it. Yes. Hello there. Here is that mouse cursor is feckin' humongous. I'm not sure we need that. Here we go. We apparently are being asked to crouch our wee trappy butt down, but I can't figure out how to do that. I'm pressing every button known to man and nothing. There's a bright flash of light. Oh, we're skating along the flare. That's pretty good. The mouse cursor's on the screen again. I'm not sure we actually need it. Let's perhaps just turn that off because I'm sure it will be annoying the folk out there who are not into mouse cursors, which is probably a great many of you. Let's not be. It gave me an instruction there about how to open the closet. I can't remember exactly what the instruction said at this point. I think it said that we need to press a button, and I've completely forgotten what the button. Why does that happen? Why is there a flash? Why does she keep stopping like that? She has a strange sort of gait to her. She's like, I like. Press select. It might come to a surprise to you. Oh, game saved. How did we do that? How did we do that? Read the readme, you daft git. I can do that. Action is Z. Save is S. Get out is X. Let's hit Z a wee bit. Oh, here we go. Perfect of an average explorer. Well, I like to think of myself as a wee bit better than an average explorer, so perhaps we could go without the sweater. No information on that, we are told. That's alright, we've done that. Here we go. Here comes the adventure. We have a wee bit of music, that's pretty good. You move quite fast in this dream world. Let's use this one. I must also say, she's no ways at the moment because she's got a life and other better things to be doing than hanging about with us. But thank you to our Lady Dame, our holy Lady Dame, who has once again made her allegiance to the channel felt. She's an absolute saint, and I'm sad that she can't be here to enjoy this fantastic experience with all of you. They didn't let me enter because I just came here. Well, you look like a wee bit of a tourist. I can't. Okay, there's something on the television. It apparently means organ smuggler says love trap sliding on knees. That's inappropriate. This character is actually only 17 if I remember correctly. Where is our protagonist wee page that we were looking at? Dave's character is 17, so you need to be very careful about the laws and age of consent in your particular part of the world. This platform mechanic is a wee bit it's a wee bit strange, I'm not gonna lie. We fell down. What a world. Game saved. That's good. We seem to be making our way down. This says best dad on it. Let's talk to the best dad. Oh, we can buy the following items. If we would so purchase them, we could get a portable TV, lore robot part, tape, or a baseball bat. The apparent piece of dialogue this character wants to share with us is when you have some when you have some what is not told. Hey, I love your shirt. Heh, thanks. Yours looks nice too. It was a gift from my friend. Honey, I think she isn't interested about how you got it. But if she sees me, we are nice. She'll come to buy stuff here. You're right. Okay. I'm in some water. Knee action 18 plus. It's very slippery and sloshy in here. Liking these eyeballs too. Nice. We have turned into another type of wee character here. Apparently this is some kind of platformer segment which has wee bits of an unusual collision detection issue where you can apparently scroll your way through some boxes. I will say, however, in this game's defense, that it may have some of the best art that we've seen so far. Not that that is the sole saviour for a video game. We can't jump in these warp pipes because we are not Super Mario. We can. We can apparently shake in the bed a wee bit. Here we go. Here we go. We're going for the 300 shakes. 300 shakes! She was tinky winky. I didn't know what you're trying to say with such a profound statement. You can only levitate on spinning cat head world. We have gotten out of our bed. You should probably put some clothes on underneath your jumper hen, because you might get a wee bit chilly. It's a wee bit loud in here. Can we no jump again? We seem to have ran into a wee bit of a problem in that we have fallen off into... We seem to have saved our game. That may not have been the wisest move I've ever perhaps had in my repertoire of moves. I can't see. The music's a wee bit... No. I don't know if you... Can you guys see these wee messages that are coming up? You probably can't see it. There's a wee message that's come up saying, cheesecake isn't a cheesecake, it's actually a person. Plot twist. I was hoping that we could perhaps get out of this fucking pit somehow. I'm gonna read the readme again, just in case there's some kind of... None of these things look like they help us here. I've pressed all the buttons and we didn't seem to be able to feckin' get out of this. Ellie, thank you for coming along. I hope you've had a fantastic evening with me and the rest of the fan gamers. We're gonna have to restart the game because I think we seem to have broken it. Perhaps that's no problem. Let's try the TV room option and see what this is like. Wow. Apparently we only have the one tape. Type 4. Your friend is right. Purple really suits you. Oh no! Aiden, I think you've got a fantastic classical observation there about this game. We seem to have fallen into a trap, and unfortunately that wasn't as exciting as we would have thought it would be. Can we just perhaps No tutorial. I know how to play the game. Thanks. Let's go. Let's no go in that world again because it was a bit... Well, the game's crashed. Kids, the game has crashed. It says Multimedia Fusion standalone application has stopped working. So we can't go in there. We're going to have to try that world again and hope that it doesn't crash. That's fan-tabby-dozy. Let's try it again. And if it doesn't work, we're going to press on and try and find another game. We're on the deck. You can't go on the deck in this world. I'm somewhat sick of listening to this particular piece of music. It would be nice to be able to see what's going on below us. Why are following? Stop that creep. Sorry, I thought you were a girl who lost. So dude. Isn't that your W? We're both dudes, not what the? Not a boy. Won't if interest someone you. But you need go to the bathroom, check out in your pee. You better lost before kick your... I feel like we probably missed the interpretation of the trap there. This is how traps talk. I came in for a competent program. For fuck's sake. Remind me never to try and hold a conversation with one of these type of characters. I can't even read the text that's there. Well, that's good. Apparently just talk about their agenda to the TV guy. Isn't that what you do? Oh. The game didn't crash this time. Apparently... Apparently you can use nothing and your character... Whoa. Whoa, that's a trippy effect if I ever saw one. We can possibly get something happening here. I can see where the programmer has perhaps had a problem here. They have coded it so that if you move to the left, you teleport to the other side, but it seems like you also then immediately get teleported back, which leads to this rather unsettling graphical effect. Trapped in interdimensional loop seems pretty apt, if I dare say so myself. A very good observation. Well, let's go. Let's see what's on the... Oh no. This is where I get this channel banned for good. This does not look like savoury television, but let's have a shot anyway. Okay, apparently we can't have too much of a look at that. Well, that was good, wasn't it? Good. We have fallen down. Hello there. It doesn't have a mouth. It can't talk. You sure love this bit of music, don't you, hen? Jesus fucking Christ. I'm not a boy. You can't be here. Apparently we couldn't be there. I'll be honest, it all happened so quickly, I'm not even sure what happened there. Oh no. The loading times in this game are quite long, considering everything. We've apparently we fell over there for some reason. I don't know why. Let's go to the right. No, actually we did the right. Let's go in this over. Here we go. Television. That was a just shit on the floor. I beg your pardon. I beg your pardon. That's unacceptable. I think we've probably seen enough of this game for the now. Besides, we could probably fit at least one more fan game into this joyous wee evening of ours. So that was... Can we save? I didn't even know if that saved. The screen flashed yellow, much like an exploding light bulb. I'll just assume that it has worked as intended. So that game, in case you weren't paying attention, was a game called Coma. I will actually go out on a limb here and say that this game is actually not awful, but it needs a lot of fixing. There's lots of collision detection issues, dialogue display issues, but other than that, it actually seems like it has a kernel of a good idea in it, and I didn't hate it, and the art style was okay, and it seemed to get the conversation in the chat really excited about the prospects. So with that, find out how page load times decreased by 46% in 2017. I think we'll just go ahead and ignore that because we didn't care, actually. So there we go. Coma could probably be quite a solid wee game if it was actually developed, perhaps. It also seems perhaps that it's going to be a wee bit message and preachy, but perhaps that's okay. If it weren't broken, it'd be cool. That is probably the most succinct assessment of a fan game I have ever seen. I would use it myself. The dialogue sucks though. Well, we only got to read half of it because it got cut off, and the other bit seemed a wee bit weird. But that's fine. That's fine. It's alright to have a wee bit of cringy dialogue in your game. It might have been cringy, we only got to see half of it, so it could have actually been really interesting. Anyway, girls and boys, and anything in between that you may happen to define yourself as. You are here enjoying these fan games with me. In case you're wondering what's happening, we use the random page feature on the Yuminiki Fangames wiki to serve up hot, fancy, random content to you. We have just come hot off of Coma's little nest of televisions. Depending on the conditions in the top right hand corner of the screen, we have to take a drink. Dr. Odd says, I'ma make my own fan game with a male protagonists, and all the effects are just a character wearing different girl outfits. Real life traps. They talk about gender and how cool their shirt is. Or every effect, other trap. This conversation seems to have gone on for a lot longer than I anticipated. But at least we're not talking about the new Yumi Nikki game. I think that is a definite win for this channel. We can talk about transgenders, but we can't talk about Yumi Nikki. Because what else would you talk about on a Yumi Nikki fan game stream? This is the internet after all. So let's get a fan game in the barrel. You are no fucking serious. We can't look at this bin here. No. This looks pretty 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 fantastic. I think everyone has pretty much said that your idea has legs, Dr. Odd. I think everyone is subtly encouraging you to make this. Hell, if you wanted to make artwork for it, I could find you a game engine that you could put it in. I'm not going to say the word, phrase, combination of words, put it in again tonight, because it sounds a wee bit dodgy. So apparently this is a game called DML, and it hasn't been updated. It has been updated as recently as a few months ago. That is fucking exciting for a game that was released in 2010. DreaMarbleng. I'm just going to have a wee nosy in case we've already played this. It doesn't look like it. Does it have a download? Does it have a download link? It does. Great. Okay, well, in that vein, we are going to get it downloaded. And we're going to see if it is actually any good. For a game that's been in development for 8 years, I would expect... There was a beep there, I'm very sorry. It had better be pretty fucking special, in my opinion. So let's get it downloaded and see what it's like. I will be back momentarily. My patriotism is running a wee bit high. That was pretty fantastic. I dare say so myself. Thoroughly enjoyed that wee bit of music there. Of course, that's Scotland the Brave. Of course, it is. In the rain, if you can believe that. That's obviously because it was in Scotland. Because it was raining. Because that's all that happens there. Rain, of course. If you speak to the feckin' English, that's what you'd think anyway. They're all about the stereotypes and all that sort of shite. I will say one thing about this game. It is obviously very good at compressing its incredible quality down to a small size, because it only, despite the fact that this game has been in development for over 7 years, it has a total file size of 4.1 megabytes. That's interesting, if I dare say so myself. So what is this game about? You can see it in the background there, which is not what I want to see there now. What is this game about? That's not it. This game is apparently about Erotsuki and his dreams. Her dreams, even. The Nexus consists of rooms similar to Erotsuki's, with a large and small canvas, brush and palette. We need to paint things. The plot is apparently Very minimal. It has 3 endings. It looks like someone's actually possibly trying to do something a wee bit original here, which I have to applaud, of course. So let's get it up. Here it is. DreaMarbleng. I'm not really feeling that confident about this particular art style. God, that feckin' clock. Apparently we're on the beach. It's very loud in here, has to be said. I didn't know what those options are, so we'll just leave that as is. What's in this door? The hall. Hello there, friend. Can we get in your bed? No. How can you be sleeping in here with that feckin' clock ticking like that? It's so loud. I can't believe it. I wish we could have a wee sprint. That would be pretty good. Can he go out that way? The blinds are shut, and as we know, the blinds are the natural we can't go out there. I didn't know why. This is the kitchen. That's an awful noise for opening your fridge, if I ever heard one. You'd get a new fridge if you had that noise. I think it's time that we tried the meat of this game, rather than fanning about. We've got a pink pillow. That's nice. It's unusual to see the character in the fan game sleeping horizontally like that. Nearly all of the times it is vertical. The carpet sound makes me want to eat cornflakes. Well, that's good. My sister. It's a good song, that song there. The bed's a wee bit different. Can he sleep in it? I can't. There's some blank pages in there. Hello there, folks. What's this? There's some interesting music in here. I wonder if these arrows are pointing us towards an objective. Hello there. You look a wee bit like a character out of the original Yuminiki. In the dream world, beds are vertical. That's good. I can't sleep in a horizontal bed, personally. Nice tunes. Probably some of the nicest tunes we've had all night, and it's just really basic music. I didn't have a lot to say about what we're looking at here. I'm hoping that it resolves itself into some kind of gimmick in an acceptable amount of time. I'm not sure I have the resolve for a massive amount of fanning about in a dream world with no apparent gimmick. Here is the easel. That's quite the sound for picking up an effect. We've apparently woken up. There's nothing here, but we did indeed get something. You should have been patient. But look at this. Now I believe we can perhaps apply our artistic talent somehow. No. Apparently not. Perhaps we could draw on this. I didn't know what that did. Quite the sound though, wasn't it? Here we go. We're gonna paint up a magnificent piece of art. There we go. Beautiful. Here we go. Our first artistic creation is obviously a wee bit lacking. It looks a bit silly. It reminds me of the thing from the first game actually, with the claymore. Maybe we should put our paintbrush away for a second. That is apparently not how you do that. There we go. There we go. Paint is gone. Here's a wee passage. These are some interesting drawings in the background. Not exactly high quality artwork. Here's a button. Good, we have picked up the button. I didn't know what that does. If we're on a course to improve our artistic talents as we proceed through this fan game, then we should in theory be painting the Mona Lisa at the end of it. That would make logical sense to me. However, not all of these fan games are known for following a logical sort of rhythm. I mean, this monster here looks like he's got the square button on a PlayStation controller for an eye, which is, of course, nothing to be ashamed of. There's worse things that you can have in your eye than a PlayStation controller. Erotsuki visits the 16 Chapel. Well, there's not a lot happening at the moment. It's just us sort of rambling about, trying to find what could be loosely defined as a gimmick. And beyond a rather offensive background, I'm not sure what this gimmick would be. Go through the grass path. We already did that, Dr. Odd. Nice try though. You think you're more observant than I am. I've already tried that. I could try it again though. If we come across it again, I'll definitely insert our wee character into the grass path. But if you were paying attention, you wouldn't be making these daft suggestions. Same goes to you, finger thing MHS. MHS, of course, stands for may have slept through the bit where the player went through the green path area. This world's pretty bollocks, I've got to say. The background is pretty rubbish. Oh, here's a character. Hello, character. It's a shame you apparently don't feckin' do anything. Can we maybe colour you in with some beautiful artistic colours? It seems like that is not an option. I can hear what... I am not doing that. I am not describing everything that I'm doing. We can apparently go out. That's possibly for the best. Look at that. There's another thing here. We can paint another picture. We don't need to do anything to do with grass paths. Your ideas are shite. I'm no listening to them. We're going into this world. Here we go. There's no different music here. It's just the same music. This looks a wee bit like a maze. Thankfully, it does not seem to involve any kind of teleporter, because that would be well out of order and I wouldn't be able to cope with such a thing. Sushi in corner. I didn't know what you're on about. Sushi in corner? Where? What sushi? You're feckin' talking shite. Hello there, red-haired lassie. Brown, grey-haired boy. I assume that's correct. It may not be the case, but that's fine. I don't have to be 100% correct in all of my assertions. What the feck is that thing there? Is that supposed to be some kind of meal? Because if it is, I'm gonna eat it. You better prepare yourself, meal. I'm coming, and I'm hungry. Sushi on blue background. I now understand what you're talking about. You're right, it does look a wee bit like that. Or perhaps a fried egg in the top right hand corner. That would also fit the description. Snot giraffe palate. That's disgusting. We're no playing this game, though. I'm no gonna be critiquing artwork of this fan game. At least, no right now anyway. Here we go. Here we go. Slug. Oh, God. Pardon me for the yawn. It must be because this game... I understand what you're talking about now. We picked it up. Can we eat it? No. We can't eat it. I guess our objective is just to pick up all of the delicious cuisine spread about through this dream world. This game's a bit rubbish, innit? Well, you could argue we've not really given it too much of a chance yet. We've only been playing it for a few minutes. Let's see if perhaps there's another world for us to explore. If there isn't, that suggests to me that there's more to see in this world that we have not yet had the majesty of, so we'll have to just keep wandering about a bit. Maybe you can draw it to visit Slug World. I'm not sure that I actually want to go to Slug World, actually. Slug World sounds a bit shite. What would you even do in Slug World? Would you just look at some slugs? Here's a hospital. Let's look at that. Let's look at some hospital, eh? What do you think about that? Here we go. We're in the hospital. Painting. I don't even know what that says. I guess we got something. Some kind of item. This hospital room looks a lot like the rooms in Yumi 2K, it has to be said. I wonder if it's perhaps just lifted directly from that. That would be a good way to save time when it comes to developing your video game. What's what the Scottish eat, right? Are you suggesting that the Scottish mainstay cuisine is a giraffe slug? Let's try this door here. We've not been in here. Kenny. Kenny. Not allowed. You got the flu. What do you mean I got the flu? I got the flu from that person who was in the bed. Because if we did, then I'm gonna go back there and I'm gonna drive my paintbrush through their fucking scrotum. The Scottish flu. I thought the thing that was going around at the moment was the New Zealand flu, or the Botswanian flu, or perhaps some other variation of the flu. The common flu, perhaps. That footstep noise is quite intense, I gotta say. It's ringing in my ears a wee bit. And when I say wee bit, I mean actually a whole lot. What do we need to do to get onto the next world? How do we proceed from this? Torment. I'm gonna have a slurp or something. And it was indeed worthwhile. This world's not even this bloody big. I can't believe that we're having to wander about this. I'm gonna go back to our Nexus thing with the paintings, because I'm suspicious that we're not gonna fit in here. This world doesn't seem that big. Quit the game. That's a very harsh response. I feel like we need to give it a wee bit more time, and besides, it's 11 o'clock. We're no starting another game now when it's this close to being the end of the stream, because I can't be fucked with that. Do you not think I want to do something with my evening that isn't running about with a fucking sushi painter? I don't want to be in that room again. Let's try this one. Do anything? No, we can't equip it. We can't even do anything. 7 years in development. You're no wrong there with that observation. At least the music in this particular world is a wee bit more acceptable. For a while anyway. It sounds a bit weird when it loops. Almost as good as Boyhood. Here's a wee room. We didn't go in here before. I didn't know what that is, but it's exciting. We picked up a thing, and now there's a note. I didn't know what that achieved, to be honest. Perhaps we got a new colour of paint or something. Perhaps we should try unequipping the paintbrush before we talk to the wig that's on the flare. Putty. Let's perhaps just see if we can't wake up or something. That seems like a reasonable option to me. Sleep tight. Man, I gotta say, sleeping sounds like a pretty excellent idea to me and all. We can't paint on that piece of paper, apparently. If only we could read moon runes. I'm not sure that we need to. I think we've got a pretty good handle of this game, personally. I guess we're back in this world again. In a sea of blue. There's really not a lot else to say though. As much as I initially wanted to perhaps lend this game an olive branch, what was its original concept, we do not really seem to be making logical progress. I'm not really sure what's triggered the other easels to spawn, other than that they seem to have just spawned arbitrarily. Paint on the big canvas. You canny, though. You canny. I'll show you. It doesn't work. I tried it already. What the fuck is the point? You canny. Look, you canny. Fucking. You canny paint on it. It's no possible. Come on. I really was holding out for this game. I really had high hopes for it. It seems to have completely squandered those hopes. I wonder if there's a little do the maze again. You're like some kind of fucking sadist, aren't you? Try and do the maze again. Brilliant. I'll just do that. Aye. Will I do that? Aye. Aye. Alright. Here we go. We're in the maze again. We're gonna take a different route through the maze to see if that makes any significant difference. I'm not expecting it to, but it could do. You never know. It could be a dead end. That's what it could be. 'Tis a dead end. What a waste of my and your time. Traversing towards a dead end, just like you saw there. Fucking brilliant. Brilliant. But we know the route to go from that way. We know it well. We've travelled it since we were a small boy. Here we go. Here we go. Maybe we should put away our weapon. We can't do that. We have to do the other option. Hello there. You do not seem to have much to say to us today. Do you only have one arm? You seem to only have one arm. I didn't know what the significance of that is. I'm sure it's perfectly reasonable. This little loop seems to be completely pointless. Perhaps this one isn't. I wish we could sprint. I wish we had a speed effect. I wish we had just anything that would help us in aiding getting around this expanse. There's the word. That was just a fucking big waste of time. This fucking dream does not really seem to be going anywhere. We're gonna go back in to this person's room and see if they're up to anything. Hello there. They didn't even want to talk to us. Can we sleep in your bed? I'm a bit scared of mine. No, we can't. I'm assuming you are some relative of ours, perhaps a sister or a brother or a mother. I can only read a wee bit. There's our Okino getting into the spirit of the Burns night. It's a Wayne. What do you mean it's a Wayne? A ween? What do you mean it's a ween? You can't just chuck out random words, you know. I've got nothing. I've really got nothing here. This kind of looks like a wee tea. That's probably the most observant thing I've been able to say in most of the last 5, 10, 20 minutes. Alright, here's your wee fleshy grass tunnel. Is anything changing when we're doing that? I have no idea. It's difficult to say, of course, because the background could be staying the same. Although, usually when this happens in Yumineki and stuff, the background changes and you have a wee sort of indicator that you've just gone through some kind of teleporter. They turned the winds against us. They turned the winds against... Oh, what's this? This looks different. Still doesn't appear to be anything. She's turned the winds against us. My patience for this game's starting to run out a wee bit, it must be said. These ridiculous arts in the background. Yes, I did say arts, plural. They are standalone pieces of art when taken individually. It's beginning to wear it down, my constitution. Can you fill them with colour? I don't... No, I tried that. I tried that organ smuggler. It didn't work. I'm afraid to say. I suppose it wouldn't hurt to try again, but I have tried this already. It did not have any particularly interesting effect. Apparently he does not want to be filled in. That's his loss as far as I'm concerned. Let's just proceed on. ZZZ. That doesn't seem like a bad idea if I'm honest. Great way to spend my last waking hours of the day. I hope you're no being sarcastic, because I'm also spending my last hours of the day doing the same thing. I've read that initially as fapping out. Thank you for tuning in, Fangame. It's been a pleasure. Until next time, hopefully we'll see you next Thursday. My laptop's turned itself off, because of course it has. Hello there. Why are you standing there like that? Probably for no reason really, just because it seems like a fucking laugh. Cheetos, good night. What does this actually say? I'm just having a wee look at the description on the wiki to see if there's anything about this game that I'm missing. It doesn't even seem to be leaping out at me whatever the third heat for this video game is. Good night, Aiden. It seems like people are starting to naturally move off, so that probably suggests to me that we should do something similar. I'm going to try one thing quickly, and if it doesn't work, then I think we'll draw this to a close. Because this game, as interesting as a concept it may be, ultimately does not really seem to be developed enough. Now can we... No. No, we can't. We can't. This is it, apparently. What's in this there? Anything? Nope, nothing of interest. Okay, I didn't know what to do to get any further, so I think that's probably a good opportunity to bring our Fangame adventures to a close for this evening. We can have us getting sung out by this beautiful arrangement of Old MacDonald, played with MIDI. It sounds absolutely fantabby-dozy. So, this has been Fangame Bingo. It has been an absolute pleasure to be streaming for you all on this momentous evening, of course, in celebration of Rabbieburns. I hope you've all had a fantastic time, and you will all now go away and have your haggis, have your neeps, and your tatties. A wee drama whiskey in memory of Rabbieburns. I know I will. Chew on some fudge. Do not tell me what to do. I will be extremely upset. So, that's been it, ladies and gentlemen. My little friends. Or big friends. It's been a pleasure. I will hopefully see you all next week. Until then, have a great time and enjoy yourself. Iboa was right. I don't know what that means. I didn't know. Good night, everybody.